Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another Carry and Craft. This one is the Painted Rock edition. We're going to do two different kinds of painted rocks. We're going to do a marbled painted rock, and in your kit you should have gotten some different colors of nail polish. Feel free to hit up any other nail polish collection of color in your house to add to that. As well as we're going to do some of the dotted, the mandala inspired kinds of rock painting. I have a couple of examples of rock paintings that I do. This is a mermaid tail, so I enjoy doing that. And I have this flower, and this was my very first attempt at a mandala type rock painting. And I have other examples at my desk in the library if you ever want to check them out. But I'm excited for today because I do these rock paintings in my own time while I'm doing laundry or, watching a movie. Any of those kinds of things is a great time to do rock painting, or if you're just listening to music and want to zen out for a while, rock painting is a great way to do that as well. But as always, grab your coffee, tea, water, whatever you wish, and come join me for some rock painting. So what you want to do now is take the bottom part of your takeout container and go fill it 3/4 of the way full with water. You need enough room in the water to dip and come up. So 3/4, if you're brave, you can do it all the way. And then bring that container back to your workspace. And then we're going to start pouring nail polish and swirling and all that fun stuff. Okay, so as you can see here, I've already done some spilling of the nail polish in the water. I'm going to continue to do so. I have a green in there, a pink. I'm going to go with some white. There's a little shimmer left over from ones I had done previously. So just have fun letting this all kind of spread out. Do a little bit of this blue again. Okay. Then I'm going to have my toothpick. I'm just gonna kind of swirl this stuff around a bit more. Create little, and you will get some of that yummy stuff up on your toothpick when you bring it up, which is why we have the lid. Now, taking my rock, I have chosen the best side. I'm looking at my water. What swirls do I want? What do I want on my rock? I think I want to go right in here. Pull it up, down. You have it completed. And then you just set it over on your lid to then dry. See, I did one earlier, and that's the one I just did. Now, one thing you need to know is if you have a manicure or some nail stuff that you want to protect, put gloves on, because the nail polish will get all over your fingers, okay? And it'll be clumpy and gross, not like regular nail polish. So that's how you do that. And then you just let them sit and dry. Once they're dry, you're done. Okay? And they may have some bubbles and some other cool stuff in it, but for the most part, that's how you do a marbling rock painting with nail polish. But I think the coolest part is that what's left. I love what's left in that water, the designs. So before we begin the mandala inspired rock paintings, I am showing you two options. One is off-centered, which gives you a lot of freedom to not be perfect, and depending on the shape of your rock, may work better. And then the other is a more traditional option, with circles, concentric circles, and dots. So feel free to look at your rock, let your rock inspire what you choose to do, and then go with it. Okay, first, let's talk setup. So I have my 3 colors, kind of a lavender, a blue, and a yellow. And I'm just going to use the paint straight out of the lid so that I'm not messing up any other containers and I don't waste any paint. So I shake the bottles up really well. Your paint should be in good shape. Alrighty, so I have my lids here. The takeout lid from your kit, I would use that because you're going to need a spot to kind of dab, okay? And then you're going to need, I would say, 3 sizes of small round things you can use as stamps, okay? I'm using the lid of this. You can see the top of it, and you want the round part to be flat. Otherwise, you won't end up with a good circle. You don't want it to have a point or to be concave at all. You need it to be flat. I'm going to use the tip of an X-Acto knife. And I'm going to use the base of a marker, okay? So those are my sizes. Now, again, if you're going to do this and you get into it and you want some of the supplies or some of the tools to do this, this is what they look like. And you see they're round, they're little balls versus flat circles. These allow for a little more give and freedom with the way you do things and the way you hold your instrument. But not many of us have items lying around the house that look like this. So, and if you want those, you can easily get those at off of Amazon. Just look for rock painting tools. This is one rock painting tool I am going to use. You actually may have seen this if you get your nails done and they do nail art. Some of the brushes look like this and they have a tiny ball at the end. Okay, so we have our stamping utensils, we have our paint, we have our rock. Let's get started. Alrighty, my center is going to be yellow and I'm going to use my biggest stamping instrument, which is the marker. So I put it in, you get a decent amount of paint on it. And then I am going to come over here and stamp it on my lid. You can see how I did that there. And that's just to get some of the excess off so I don't end up with a huge pool of paint in the center of my rock, okay? So my first stamp, I'm going to put it in the middle. There you go. Now I would also have a rag, I didn't say this, have a rag or a paper towel to wipe your paint off each time because you may or may not want to use that stamping instrument for a different color. Okay, so I'm thinking I might want to do yellow here, 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 and here. Okay, so instead of going back into my lid with yellow paint, I'm going to see if I can get enough from here. And it looks like I'll be able to. So I'm going to go out to the edge here. Oh, it didn't work quite as well, so I do need some more paint. Okay, and sometimes your rock isn't completely level in that spot, so a little extra paint on it is a good idea. There we go. See how that works? And yes, you're going to get some of that textured puckering. The round tools, the like quote-unquote official tools, kind of alleviate some of that puckering in your paint. But I enjoy doing it with found objects just as much as I do. Now, I'm on a curve, so this may not work as well as I had hoped. Okay, so that, and this one here, I need to touch up just a bit. There. See, it's not perfect, and I will come back with a brush and kind of touch that up a little bit. Okay, still using what I have plotted in. I'm going to turn my rock just a little bit. Now this area here is going to be tough because it's not completely level. There we go. So I have my 5 yellow dots, and I'm just going to use my brush here. Come in and fix that one, and fix, kind of get that squared away. Everything else looks pretty good. Okay. So now we're moving on. I'm going to now go down a size and use the butt end of my X-Acto knife. And I'm going to go with blue. Okay, and again, I'm over here kind of making there's that. And I'm just going to try and recreate the idea of a flower here. Okay. Nice and simple. Ooh, I slid a little bit, but that's okay. It happens. Not going to worry about it. This is to be enjoyable. Doesn't have to be perfection. Okay. Okay, so there we go. And then I'm going to also go back, I think it would look good to go back. And then do a blue dot on either side of my yellow. I'm going to get a little more blue paint out of my lid. So I didn't give you a lot of paint in your kits because you really don't need it. Okay, keep it simple. Keep it light. This one's going to be tough to do because of it being a edge, so I will go back and paint that in with a paintbrush. Okay, there's that. Okay, so there we are. Another trick that some of the, for lack of a better word, professional rock painters use is they will get spackle and the quick dry spackle and coat the rock in the quick dry spackle, sand it down, and then paint a base coat of white or black, and then start their painting. So that's another trick if you want to get a little more serious about this. Now I'm going to use the tip of my little tube, and okay, so this almost looks white, but it's a lavender. It's a very pale lavender. And I'm just going to go in between my blue dots. Don't forget to take a minute, step away, look at your piece that you're working on. Grab a sip of whatever crafting beverage you choose. Okay? Don't power through, because you're not going to necessarily like the end result if you just power through everything. Okay. Again, I'm going to work my way around and hit these on. Ooh, I got another textured section. There we go. I made it work. And don't be afraid to leave space. You know, negative space is an important part of any artistic creation. So don't be afraid to leave black space or blank space or white space or whatever you have. Okay, like I could conceivably leave that there and be done, and it's a nice piece. Didn't take long. It's not cluttered. It's not crowded. All of that. However, that's not what I'm going to do. Okay, so now I'm going to go back. I don't think I'm going to use my big piece again, but I am going to use my X-Acto knife size, and we're going to come out here and do some yellow dots, and I'm spacing them, trying to do 2 per blue dot. Okay. You want to make sure you try not to hit one of the lavender dots in the process. Okay. But this is a good way to think about your spacing. Space a new dot in relation to something that already exists. A little trick I was told growing up, because I've always done crafty, creative things, is no matter what you do, if you start a project, finish it. Even if you don't like it, finish it, because through that process you learn how to make the next one better. So if you don't like this, what you're doing, that's okay, finish it, because you'll learn how to make the next one better. Okay. All right, now I'm going to go get my blue. Oh, actually, I take that back. I'm going to use my lid with yellow and do small yellow dots around the outside. So again, think about the feeling you want your rocks to have, the feeling you want to have making your rocks. If you are someone who loves to get lost in the details, then measure things out. If you want to just have the freedom to create, then do that. It's whatever you want it to be. Okay, now I'm going to use my baby dot maker here with my lavender. Okay, see if this works. Okay. So this gives the illusion of lace. And if you watch on TikTok or on Pinterest, you can find artists who do this. And it's mesmerizing to watch them work and how they create what they do. Okay, so at this point, I think I'm done. You'll see a little misstep right there. I twitched, but wiping it off would be too difficult. If I really wanted to, I'd wait till it dried, go over it with black paint so it would blend in with the back. But here, I am done. Now, after this dries, you have a few options. You could leave it as is and it would be fine. If you have Modge Podge, you could seal the whole rock with Modge Podge. That works as well. And then there's also a mixture of Elmer's glue and water that you can do to seal it as well. If you're going to have it outside, I would definitely seal it. If it's just going to stay inside, there's no need, but that is completely up to you. Congratulations, we finished! We have our mandala inspired rock painting. And then you have your marbled rock painting with nail polish. Congratulations. I hope you enjoyed it. We love doing this series for our patrons at the Hershey Public Library. We need your help with that Chocolate Town Connections collection. Please check that out and add to the collection. That would be wonderful. Also, summer's approaching. Miss Rita and I have been busy planning. So keep an eye out for a couple of new things that we're doing. We're continuing what we started in the fall with open mic nights. The first one is a piano night on May 21st. If you want to perform, let us know. If you just want to come listen, we'd love to have you. A couple other things that Rita and I are doing is we're starting a coloring in the RG a couple of Tuesdays throughout the summer, as well as a crafting in the RG. So please check those out this summer. We will provide music, coloring pages for coloring night. We ask that you bring friends and coloring utensils, your own markers, crayons, colored pencils, whatever you want, so that we're not sharing things back and forth. But we'll have the music, we'll have the paper, and a collection of clipboards. That's the word I'm looking for. Crafting in the RG, we will provide simple crafting supplies, and we're going to try and do useful crafts this summer so that people can use them. These are programs geared towards teens and tweens. Bring friends, we'll have fun. It's a great way to hang out outside during the summer with music and being creative. You can't beat it. So keep an eye out for that when the summer schedule comes out. Let us know if there's anything else you'd like to see us do on this Carry and Craft series. We're looking to start planning some new ones for next year, so we'll open to input. Thank you again for making this series so popular, and we'll see you in the library. Bye.